Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cole and Noah, our friends. Cole, I have 10 things for you, and I need you to rank them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, USB drive.
I hate them. Gosh.
So
E. We'll give it an E. I need them, but I hate them.
Okay, great.
E.
Rubber bands.
B.
Okay. Sailboat.
A.
Okay.
Why?
Food.
Oh, S.
What about a shawl?
A shawl?
Like a scarf.
How about a B? We'll give it a B.
Shoelace.
C.
Cookie jar.
A.
Who uses them? I don't use cookie jars.
I know, but
I just get the Chips Ahoy in the package and I rip them out.
Yeah.
I rip them away from their home.
They remind me of my grandma. I'll give it an A.
Okay. Bread. I mean, there's an obvious answer for this.
A.
No, that's an S tier. Arguably that's a double S tier in my book. What about a drill press?
A drill press? Oh, yeah. Oh, S tier, bro. If you have one of those, God bless.
What about a clay pot?
B.
All right, here are my things. I have a sketch pad. I'm gonna rank that at a C.
Okay.
I got Teddy's again. I'm gonna give Teddy's. I'll stick with yours. B.
Great.
Pencil. If it's regular, that's gonna be an F. If it's mechanical, I'll give it an S. I'll give it an A.
Sure.
Helmet. S tier. It's all about safety. Apple. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. C. Grid paper.
Bro, grid paper better be an S.
Grid paper is gonna be a B.
How dare you?
A couch, S tier. Oh, S tier, a million times over. Especially if that couch is a sectional. Oh, S tier. Television, S tier. Come on.
Man. Yeah.
Hair tie,
Sure.
C. And a hanger, depends on the hanger, but you got to be B tier.
All right. That was fun. I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, see, quick.
Some speed round random rankings.
Speed round ranking of things. Come on.
I gave Steven a hard time when he pitched us.
It's pretty funny
idea,
to
but
just
it is funny.
On
It
the
is
spot
funny.
rank things. It's kind of funny.
This is nonsense.
It's kind of funny.
Oh,
Ranking
man.
things. That was great.
That was a good time. Hey, do you think we'll drop this episode on Friday as well? I kind of like the idea of doing it on Fridays.
Fridays aren't bad, especially if we get into the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
Fridays aren't bad.
I guess you'll find out as you listen.
Yeah, you'll find out. Will it
When
be
this
Thursdays?
came
Will it
out.
be Fridays? Who knows?
I have two questions for you. Actually.
2 questions. Lay them on me.
First, you ever tried smelling salts
No.
in the gym or
I haven't.
anywhere?
Nope.
You've seen people use them.
Yes. Seen people use them. Never done it.
Never done it?
Nope.
Boy, do I have a surprise for you.
I don't want to do smelling salts on the
gonna
podcast.
not right now, but we're gonna do smelling salts. I've got them. And you're gonna love
It's
it.
gonna be. Have you done them?
Yeah, not in the gym, but
How does that work for you if you can't smell?
that's a great question. That's the reason I have them. Actually, that's how.
Have you never done them? But you have done
I've
them.
done. No. Okay, so here's how it started.
Yes.
Drake.
I bet you're wondering how I got here.
I'm sure you're wondering. Drake Hintz, friend of mine,
Friend of the pod.
friend of the pod.
Lives close to me,
Yeah, he does.
actually.
He saw, I think, an episode of Joe Rogan where they were doing smelling salts.
Yep.
And he thought, I wonder if this works on Cole because Cole can't smell.
Mm-hmm.
So he proceeded to just buy them and bring them to a game night we were doing. And he was like, hey, so I bought these smelling salts. And he's like, I bought like a regular bottle
And then the extreme bottle.
and then I bought the extreme bottle that they had on Joe Rogan. And this is like the most intense one you can find on Amazon, I
Is that
guess.
what you have?
And the brand is called That's it. That's the name of the bottle.
We need Steven to be here for that episode as well.
That would be pretty great, actually.
Because he asked about that.
He asked about what?
Didn't he ask about smelling salts?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure
he?
he and I think you were setting up and he said, have you ever done
Oh,
smelling salts?
maybe.
Maybe
he
he
did.
had. Maybe I'm imagining. Anyways.
That would be a hilarious pre-service video for church. Can you imagine?
I said we should get tased. I think that would be
that would
funny.
be great too.
That would, I mean, if we really up the ante with that, you'd get people watching the pre-service show.
You just-
because they're like, what is going to happen?
Ask them random.
I saw Noah got tased, or like maybe not tased, but like a dog shock collar. And
Can you imagine getting tased while you're like leading worship, or somebody getting
I'd break my
tased while they're
guitar.
preaching?
No, like not even tased, because a tase, I've seen like Peter Knutson and Thomas Knutson get tased, but like a shock collar just every now and then, like we're trying to give announcements and they go, zzz, or like a muscle tensor, trying to drink water with a muscle tensor on. That could be pretty funny. That could be funny.
That could be funny. Ideas, we're throwing them out there.
That could be funny on this podcast too. Just have Steven, we have shock collars on him periodically through the podcast. He just zaps us. That could be funny.
terrible.
That could be very funny.
I like I like it.
Smelling salts, shock collars, tasers.
We're just welcome to the podcast where we get tortured for your entertainment.
But I mean, if we did that for pre-service, people would watch.
People would watch.
People would show up early to service with their coffee in hand and then
Yeah.
observe
This is the most
that. That'd
entertaining
be
thing I have going on
hilarious.
Not a bad idea.
That
So,
was idea one, smelling salts.
smelling salts. I have some. We tested them. They do work on me. And
That's
Yeah.
so bizarre to me.
I don't think it's a smelling I think it's a chemical thing. It's just like, it's very ammonia feeling. It's like, you ever opened a bucket of granulated chlorine before? I have. I know we've never talked about
Is it stronger than that?
Oh, so the smelling salts, way stronger. It
Interesting. Okay.
the really strong one, and we'll talk about it more when we actually do it because I want to do it. You feel it in your chest, and it's rapid. The moment it gets here, it's just like, it feels like something sprinted into your nostrils, down your throat, and punched you in the chest.
I want to get these ones that you have to break open. I've seen them
like to
like
wake
people are
people up.
people are sleeping.
Yeah,
And
are those just ammonia capsule? Like they're legitimate straight ammonia? I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, I don't
Somebody
know.
who knows more can probably tell me.
We'll find
where
out.
I'm
Somebody in the
wrong.
comments will let us know, probably on a
They will.
YouTube show or something.
People have been letting us know in the comments their opinions about things. I made all those comments about the Tesla robots, and 3 different people commented about how there's no such thing as a middle class.
It's true. It's
I
true.
was like, wow, thanks for letting me know. That was great. That's my first question.
Okay. Second question.
My second question. I don't know why I wrote this down. I wrote this down a long time ago. But you've been married a long time.
I've been married
for
10 years.
You celebrated your anniversary recently.
10 whole
Congratulations.
years. Yep.
When have you seen your wife go full aggressive mode? Like your kids get hurt or you got insulted but when have you seen your wife go like unhinged in a whoa kind of way?
How many times?
In an honorable way.
How many
honorable.
times have I seen my wife go haywire? I'm genuinely trying to think. I've seen it happen once when we were building something for the kids for Christmas morning, and we were both frustrated building this stupid wooden kitchen. So I've seen it happen there, where she just maybe not full crazy mode.
Sure.
I don't know that I've ever seen her get like full
Like
angry.
super protective.
Yes, I've never seen like the super protective thing
Sure.
come out. Yeah, not that I can think of, anyways.
'Cause I feel like deep down, this is for anybody, not just our wives.
Yeah.
I'm just married to a woman.
Yes,
So this is
yes.
why I thought of this. But there are moments where everything inside of you goes, no, unacceptable.
Yeah.
And now I have things to say about that.
Luckily, I think for my sake and for my wife's sake, I don't think I've encountered something that's like with my kids. Sometimes it's I'll blow up, and it's something that afterwards I'm like, that was stupid to blow up at.
Sure. Yeah.
But like, I think by the grace of God, I haven't had to encounter anything that's been like, this is unacceptable. I'm really angry, and I'm going to do something about it.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's like a justified
Yeah.
whatever. If that makes sense.
I've had that feeling for sure at least once toward our dog, because Isaac had food in his hand and he had his hand a little lower, and Rosie, when she was younger, she's a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix with some other things mixed in. She's so sweet and the best, and I love her so much now. But she saw that food,
Isaac.
just scarfed it and bit him in the process, and he started crying, and I saw red.
Yeah.
I was like, I might kill you.
That happened to me. I guess that happened to me once when I was at the mall with my niece and nephew, and my nephew disappeared for a second.
Oh yeah.
And it was just 3 of us, and I didn't know where he went. And I was like yelling his name, looking around. And in that moment, it was probably like a fearful thing. But then he appeared and he was just hiding from me. And I was pissed. And I was like, don't ever do that again. And it was anger, but it was like a fear anger.
Yeah.
So I definitely have had things like that. Or
Totally.
the only other time something kind of rose in me, this wasn't really anger, this was genuine fear. I was working at Zales, and there was this loud noise, and we didn't know what it was. And then we just saw people start running from one end of the mall. And working in a mall now, very scary.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if somebody said gun or something, but I had a coworker of mine, and I said, hey, stay in the back, shut the door. I'm going to try and shut our gates as quickly as I can. And our gates weren't like pull down gates, so I had to put a key in a door to shut them. So I start shutting one, and I'm not sure if somebody has a gun or what's going on. Like there's just a loud bang and then a ton of people running, and I think one of them said gun, but we thought there was a gunman. And then right after this other dude runs over, he's like, there's no gun. And like he walked by, and apparently either a trash can lid got tipped over by some kids, or like a series of balloon pops or something like that. It was something that created a very loud noise in the mall. Dude, when I tell you the police response was very admirable, it was nuts. Within 2 minutes, there were police everywhere in that mall, patrolling with like ARs, just walking the mall. And my coworker's girlfriend was picking him up that night, and she was outside, and she just sees cop car after cop car after cop car after cop car pull in, and he's not answering his phone.
Oh, dude.
And so she was in such a panic. And then when he walked out, it was all fine. But that was probably a moment where I saw, like, that was pure fear.
Yeah.
And then when it resolved, it was like, okay, so nothing is that bad.
Yeah.
But it was like, in that moment, I was like, this could be really bad if I don't get these gates shut. So that was pretty crazy.
That's scary. That would be so scary. I don't know if I've ever had a pure fear moment like that. I don't know. There's one time this isn't a pure fear moment. This is more of a times I've seen my wife be really protective, in a great way, in a way that I actually really love. We were doing a wedding. I was doing a wedding. And it was for a family member.
I remember this.
And
I wasn't at this wedding. You just told me about this.
No, I did just tell you. Yeah, because you were doing a wedding, and I told you about what happened at this wedding. So it wasn't anything crazy. I was doing a wedding for a family member, and they asked me to do it. They believe in Jesus. I was sharing about what I think helps make a marriage successful and last, which they wanted, and they really, really appreciated. They had a friend there who was super drunk, and after the message and the ceremony, and they like, congratulations, you're married, kiss each other, yay, let's all go party. The dude would not stop loudly talking about, like, I can't believe that pastor, dude. What a moron, dude. Oh my God, what an idiot, dude. As we're like right next to him, like walking down the stairs to like go party, right? And my wife looks at him and is basically like, you can shut up now. You can stop talking. And he just kind of kept going all night. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I know who's in the audience. I know there's a bunch of people here who don't care for that. But the bride and the groom did.
Yeah.
And they asked me to do their wedding. That matters. So that's all that matters. So I'm not really too offended. I'm like, this is part of being a pastor.
Yep.
You're going to run into that. But my lovely wife was like, no.
Yeah.
So she might have got him kicked out of the wedding.
That's awesome. Oh, so when I put it this way, when I got halfway fired a couple years ago, when I lost the youth role, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I just wasn't building the team. Like, there were a lot of balls that I was letting drop that shouldn't have been dropped. And it's like, there's no moral failure or anything like that. It was just, I wasn't doing the best of my abilities in both roles. And it was a very scary time. Luckily, the Lord provided. I'm full time again. Like, I could tell the redemptive side of it. Sure. But when that happened, Taryn was like, I want to have a meeting with the people who are in that. So she was like sticking up for me in this meeting that we had with like Sean, BJ, and Taylor, where she was just free to ask questions. Yeah. And so, but in that meeting, she was like not letting anything just slide. She was like, I want answers to these things. Yeah. And it was a super healing, redemptive meeting where coming out of that meeting, like, let's say this happened on a Wednesday, that meeting was on a Friday. Coming out of that meeting on a Friday, I was like, wow, I feel so much lighter coming out of this. It was just a very healing, and that's really just what God does. That's God's nature, that he just does that.
You got to see your wife who was like, I got questions.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I love my husband.
Yes. Yes. And that was probably one of those moments recently that I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, I
love it.
Well, and it's just like a maternal thing. I think moms they seem like so soft and caring and loving, and then when you do something that angers them, they will murderous on the inside. Create a gun out of thin air, and if you come against their children.
Didn't you ask me if I'd seen Mitchell's versus Machines?
Yes.
Recently, when she goes nuts in the movie.
Yeah.
She's like, my baby.
Yeah. That's a great movie. That was so a great movie.
So fun. The animation style was like quirky a little bit, and I really, really dug it.
Cole, I have one more thing for you to rank.
Okay, great.
You ready?
I'm ready.
These are 10 things, specifically 10 numbers.
Okay.
and I want you to rank these.
You want
10
me to rank
just,
numbers?
Just how you feel.
Okay.
I was gonna do 1 through 10 and get your answers, but I did 1 through 100. Unless you want me to fix it, I can do,
You do
a
whatever
lesser
you want.
number.
You do
We'll do
whatever
1
you
through 100. Ready?
Okay.
61.
E.
Okay. 56.
C.
4.
E.
70.
A.
16.
A.
I have my ranking for this next one, so I'll be curious to see what you think. 10.
C.
10 for me. 10 for me is an S tier, easy. 48.
B.
17.
S.
66.
B.
34.
C.
That's it.
There you go.
10 for me is easy S tier because it's the easiest way to count math, all of things. Just
It's fair.
yeah. So
That's fair.
I had that idea. I was gonna do movies, but then I was getting a bunch of movies that I didn't know, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if Cole would know these. So these would just be
Yeah.
like, I don't know, so F. I don't know, so F. I don't know.
Pretty much. I should have done all of my I don't know, so F should have been a C because that's more neutral.
Yeah.
I basically said I don't know, so I bet it sucks.
But you might
Which
not be
with
wrong.
department stores was
Yeah, that's fair. That's
like that was
easy.
okay.
Especially some of them that you rated, they don't exist anymore. So
yeah, clear.
That's a
Did
reason.
you know Tupperware, like the company Tupperware, bankrupt? They're gone. Bye bye. See you
Wait.
later.
Is Tupperware a company? I thought it was like a different company.
No. It's like, you know how Kleenex is a brand and a company, but there's all kinds of different tissues.
I just saw Tupperware mold numbers.
Tupperware mold numbers. That's a good question. actually.
Tupperware.
I don't think I've owned a piece of actual branded Tupperware in my adult life. I've had a lot of Rubbermaid.
Yeah. That's
a
what
lot
I
of
think of a
Rubbermaid.
lot. Also, random. This had nothing to do with Tupperware. Stranger Things just released their episode titles for the series, the final season next year. Yeah.
Really?
They released the episode titles,
Okay.
and the final one makes me
it's coming.
happy, but also very sad.
Oh.
With the title. The title is very, very cool. So here are the episode titles. We have episode 1, The Crawl. Episode 2,
Okay.
The Vanishing of. And they didn't show it, so it's a little secret. Number 3, The Turnbow Trap.
Okay.
Number 4, or episode 4, Sorcerer.
Okay.
Episode 5, Shock Jock.
Okay.
Episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. Episode 7, The Bridge. And finally, episode 8, The Right Side Up.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought the finale of all of it was going to be a 2-part thing.
I mean, it might be. Right now, it's just listed as episode 8 is The Right Side Up.
Okay.
So it could be like a 2-hour long episode. It could be basically like a movie.
True.
You know what I mean?
Just kind of what they've done. Okay.
I'm hoping it means a happy ending, but I cannot imagine that it means a happy ending.
Well, yeah, somebody's going to.
And there was a set photo that was released that shows Will back in time with his younger self. So it shows a current day Will back in the tent where the original Will fell asleep.
Whoa.
But it's not obviously him. It's a kid who looks similar to
Sure. Well,
Noah Schnapp.
They had a set
But he
photo where
has
they
the-
figured out time travel.
he has the mocap dots on his face.
Yeah.
So,
makes sense.
but they have that picture. So I was like, ooh,
That's pretty cool. I wonder what they're going to do.
I'm excited about that. I hope it's coming out soon, 2025, and not far, 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
You know what is coming out soon? Let's actually hang on. Let me make sure I got these dates right. When we're recording versus when it comes out. Hold, please.
Y'all ever seen Holes, starring Shia LaBeouf? Zero. They drink Marialoo in the desert.
Mary Lou.
Have you ever seen Holes?
Yes, I have seen
Great
it.
movie.
Of course, I've
Stanley
seen
Yelnats, dude.
it. Of course. It's tomorrow. Okay, by the time this comes out, it will have already come out. But
Tomorrow.
Arcane season 2 is coming out.
I don't know what that is.
Arcane is
Is that the League of Legends thing?
It's
on
a League of
Netflix?
Legends
Okay.
show. It's so good, but serious viewer discretion is advised. It's violent.
Yeah.
It is mature. It is. I don't know what it's actually rated. I could probably look it up for you. I do not. Hey, if you're a teenager, maybe make sure check with your parents before you watch this show. Kind of a thing.
Arcane.
But it's really, really great. Really great show. And season 2 is coming out in 3 parts. And by the time this episode comes out, the first part will have already come out, and I'm so excited to watch it. I can't wait.
Arcane.
More
like R. Cole and Noah gonna watch that show.
R. Cole and Noah.
I can answer positively for me that I won't. But
Prob's not. I bet if I got you to watch it, you'd enjoy it.
maybe.
What's a show? No, never mind.
What?
I was going to say, what's a show? I feel like I already know what you're going to say. Okay. I was going to say, what's a show or a movie that you think I should watch that you know I haven't watched?
Mm-hmm.
Hot Rod. And then I was going to try and counter. Here's something you should watch, which was just going to be Arcane.
Well, not just Hot Rod. Let me see if there's some other ones. Let me rack my brain real quick with some things that I think you haven't seen that I think you would enjoy. I mean, we both haven't seen The Penguin.
True.
So,
Or Venom 3.
I've watched a lot of stuff about Venom 3 though.
Is it out yet?
Yeah, it came out a couple weeks ago.
Do we know the Rotten Tomatoes on that?
It's not good.
Let's find out.
It's definitely one of the movies of all time.
It is one of them.
That's my favorite way to describe movies. I love calling because I've seen a bunch of people do it. They're like, Venom: The Last Dance was one of the movies. It's got a 6.2 on IMDb and a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, a 41.
Yep.
Brother. Hey, but you know, the audience score gave it an 81. So.
Yeah, what a shock. The audience has never been wrong before about Venom.
I respect the audience more than the critic score because I think audience can tolerate a stupid but enjoyable show.
Yeah.
And critics
I just
score,
haven't
not so
seen
much.
great things. I don't know. I haven't seen great things about it, and I mean, it's Venom. I'm not the core market for Venom though.
Me neither.
Like, I did text
Me
Cole and I
neither.
said, Cole, I think we do need to see this. I think this needs to be the first thing we watch as a podcast. And Cole went, I don't know about that.
I did not. I said, let's do it.
I know. I just don't want to watch it.
It was your idea.
I know. But then I watched like the Noel introduction and his like post credit scene, and it is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so corny, and his face for it is so bad. And now they're gonna try and bring Nolan to the MCU with Spider-Man. I think.
Me.
I really hope not.
Me.
I really hope.
I don't
not.
know. I'm numb to it now. I'm numb to MCU stuff. I just don't.
There hasn't really been. I finished Agatha All Along.
What did you think?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, the ending again. They just set up for like, ooh, what if season 2 happens? And they just, who knows if it will. That's how it ends. I won't spoil anything. I don't think anybody who listens to us is gonna watch it. But yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Kylie and I went on a date recently, and we went and watched
To where?
the movies. We went to Chipotle because that's pretty much the only thing she could eat because she's been doing dairy and soy free.
Okay.
And then we went and saw a movie. And we watched this movie called oh shoot, what is it? We Live in Time with Andrew Garfield and what's her name?
Elmo.
And Elmo.
I think
It's a romantic drama. It's I'm kicking myself. I can't remember her name because she's a really great actress and I really like her. She plays Black Widow's sister in the MCU.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. Thank you. Yeah, it was an artsy. It was an A24 movie, which by the way, I love A24 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen all of them, but the ones I have seen, I have always
They
appreciated.
typically make spooky movies.
They make some.
Actually, no, they don't. Because they have
Interesting
like
movies.
Uncut Gems. They have Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
I'm pretty sure they did Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? That was A24. I want to say it was.
I think so. I think you're right.
So they're just different.
Oh, there's a new
sometimes.
rock movie in theaters.
Anywho, it was a fun movie. It made me cry at the end. It made me cry more than it made my wife cry, which is.
Wow.
So I lost.
You're more of a rom-com guy.
It wasn't. It's not a rom-com. It's
A
a
rom-drum.
rom-drum. It's a rom-drum.
Rom-drum.
It ends beautifully but sad, and I'm watching it as a dad, and there's kids involved, and I was like, oh my gosh. So it got me, and Kylie was like, oh honey.
That's yeah. I haven't seen really anything from movies anything that's made me want to go to a movie recently.
Yeah. Do you think that is because they're not good movies out right now, or is it because we're getting older and we don't care so much anymore?
No, I don't know, because like my parents, one of their favorite things to do is go to the movies.
Yeah.
I just think there's so much available on streaming that I don't really need to. And honestly, there hasn't been a movie lately that's come out that I've been like, I need to see this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I would be curious about? This might be totally unfounded. I'd love for somebody to...
Shout out Noah Vance as well.
Yeah.
Almost forgot.
I'd love to explore this. It could be totally unfounded. I don't know if there's any merit to it, but I wonder, we're done with the election. We've been going into... It's been the season of ramping up for the election.
Yeah.
Now the election's over. I have not had a whole ton of movies that I've been interested in seeing, and I wonder what trends you see in like movie production and maybe even movie funding during versus not during an election cycle.
That's a good point.
And here's the question. This is why I'm like, I have no idea if that has any merit whatsoever, because it's probably not true, but I'm curious. I'm like, how much money goes into like political campaigns that affects how much money usually goes into movie production? And is there anything there? And do you ever feel that as like there are just less movies going around that we'd love to see? It's probably not true at all. Somebody could debunk it. I hope that you do. It was just a thought.
I bet there's probably something that with releasing movies around an election, I bet some people just don't, like they aim not to, but I feel like there's so many movies that come out that it really just depends. I think some people probably pay attention to that and then like, we're not going to release this movie right now because it's right around election.
Fair.
Or there's some who are like, who cares? The election this year, we're finding it out on Tuesday, Wednesday. So if we release this on a Friday, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, and we'll just write it out. Unfortunately, or like, I don't know. Because some people, there are certain movies that they aim to just release around Christmas. Like you can almost always guarantee a like biographical movie, like something about somebody in history, like a historical biopic or something, right around Christmas every year, I feel like.
Interesting.
Or some Dwayne Johnson led stupid movie where he wears khaki. Almost every Christmas, you can guarantee that he's going to have one of those movies that comes out.
Are you intentionally referring to the new Dwayne Johnson Christmas movie that's coming out? Because that's happening.
Is it? Oh, no, I think that's one I was just talking about. I think that's Red One.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's out.
Is it out?
Yeah. I guarantee he has more, though, coming out.
That dude makes movies like nobody else.
Yeah, it's called Red One.
He's just
and
always doing
it's it comes out next week, November 15th.
It's him and oh my gosh, you're gonna say his name and I'm gonna punch myself.
I saw J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. That's who it is. I love J.K. Simmons.
Oh, and Moana 2 comes out soon.
I'm curious about that.
I don't care.
I do.
I do. Wow, he has 2 movies coming out in November. Red One and Moana 2.
And they're doing a live action Moana.
Are they?
Yeah. Pretty sure. I've heard. And as we all know, the things that you hear are always true.
That's true. You're right. Oh, and then next year we do have to look forward to Superman, though. A whole new take on Superman.
Ah. Yes.
Which
that is happening.
I'm excited for because it'll either be great or it will be horrible.
It'll either be great or bad.
Yeah, I don't think
is this in
James Gunn's universe?
James Gunn's universe. I'm killing it with names, guys.
This will be James Gunn's first DCU major motion picture. Mm-hmm. Which DCU. Because DC stuff, he's made Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. Makes sense.
I'm interested then because I liked Man of Steel a lot.
I'm just excited to see a Superman that's like an actual take on what Superman is. Like the Boy Scout kind of brighter tone and not the Zack Snyder tone.
Right.
I'm just excited to see a James Gunn take on it. I think he can handle dark stuff really well, but he does light and like funny and things like that with big action set pieces, but still movies that make you feel like I'm thinking like the Guardians movies.
Yep.
Characters nobody knew really unless you knew, which is a very small demographic, I assume. Maybe not.
Yeah.
And made you care about them and then made movies that are like, oh, this movie's making me feel like I cried during the second Guardians, which like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too. That whole bit, that just Yondu being.
Yep.
Mary Poppins Yondu.
Yeah. Or Guardians 3, like that whole thing with Rocket and his kind of creator. That was, I mean, they're both, he does things like that really well, where he's like, it's a great movie. It's shot beautifully. acted very well, and then just like the story is good.
Yeah.
Because Guardians was one of the only things to come out recently of like a Marvel thing that's like actually really good.
Yep. Good old Marvel.
The good old days of Marvel and what once was.
What once was? Who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around and it'll be
That's true.
excellent again.
There is a great chance that they could turn it around.
They're not done. They haven't given up. And you know what?
Well, I mean,
you don't lose till you give up.
that's because they got Disney backing them.
Unless you never give up and you just keep doing bad, and then you have to give up because you go bankrupt. Don't do that.
Well,
I don't think they'll do that.
But do you go bankrupt? Because I feel like Dwayne Johnson has been on a streak of just making poop movies for a long time, and people still throw billions of dollars at him.
They're entertaining to enough people that it's worth it.
Yeah,
You know, like just because I don't enjoy it, and you don't enjoy it, lots of other people do. Like the Fast whatever franchise, Fast and Furious, all those movies, and all that, like the Hobbs and Shaw and characters that came out of that I don't know how much money they did make out of it, but I think they probably made a lot.
They've made a lot of money.
It's just like, oh, cars, explosions, strong guys, attractive women, things go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's entertaining. Like if I walked into a room and that was playing in the background and I had nothing else to do, I'd probably sit down and watch it because it would be entertaining.
I don't know if I could.
I'm not going to go out of my way to pay to go watch it.
Yeah, yep.
But some people will. So, and I think the MCU's that way too.
That is true. That is true.
It's entertaining.
I'm not saying I don't consume slop content. I absolutely do.
Oh, I eat slop.
Yeah. Oh, I love me some slop. No, I definitely consume slop content. There's just certain slop content I don't.
Sure.
And then I call it slop, and then other people are like, you call that slop? Look what you watch.
Look at what you're watching.
You've recommended the Batman for 100 episodes of your podcast. And I'll do it again.
Can't stop.
Won't stop.
Do you have any recommendations?
Let's see. Recommendations. Thanksgiving. Well, I don't know when this is coming out. When is this episode coming out?
It is. Wait, let me just.
Well, no, like next week.
Probably the 15th.
Okay. So Thanksgiving is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So food recommendation:
Mhm.
eat some dry turkey. Let's call back to last week's episode. No, eat a lot of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of mashed potatoes.
mashed
That's my
potatoes.
recommendation because I love mashed potatoes. And I really want mashed potatoes now, I'll be honest. So eat mashed potatoes. Something to watch. Every week we do these, and I realize I don't watch a lot.
Me too. Hey, is this the week we need to change what we recommend? Because sometimes I've wondered, I'm going to run out of recommendations.
Do I? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, music, I feel like I can always recommend music.
Yeah, I think you're better than that.
Visual,
At that, than
I don't
am,
know.
for sure.
Yeah, music. I'll skip to music. I'm gonna see if I can come back to something to watch. Or you know what? Instead of something to watch this week, invest in maybe not invest. Maybe that's not the right word. Go get yourself a really nice blank T-shirt that you can wear with multiple things.
There you go.
My recommendations would be Comfort Colors. You can get at Hobby Lobby or like Michael's, and those are great because you can wash them, you can dry them, and they're not going to shrink, and they look better with age, and they're comfy and they're nice. So go buy yourself a nice Comfort Colors T-shirt. They're typically on sale at Hobby Lobby at the back of the store, so you can get that.
Nice.
And then for music, I would say to listen to the song Same Page from the band Camino album The Dark, because that song is very good. It's very, very catchy. Little jingle.
They make great music.
They do.
They're so good.
Very talented gentlemen. Cole, what's your food recommendation? Or you know what? You just any recommendation you want to give. Doesn't even have to be food, music, clothing, movies, TV, whatever. It can be. I mean, last time you said go look outside.
I did. I told
then
you
you
to
said
look at the
go-
leaves and listen to Jesus.
Yep. So I mean,
I've been really reflective lately. I've been doing a lot of church stuff. This is like when people ask you what you want for Christmas and you've known all year long, but now that they've asked, you forget.
I have no problem.
You don't
You ask
struggle
me
with
what
that?
No, I can always think of things. Cole, I am a materialistic little boy. I always want.
So you just know.
Yeah.
It's like, Noah, what do you want for Christmas?
I mean, you want me to show you the wish list that I have?
Just give me one thing.
One thing off my wish list. I would love. There's a few pairs of Jordan 1s that are on sale right now that I would love.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. I still have no idea. Like, I know things I would love that like are too expensive. That's not a Christmas list thing. I just
Like a Tesla robot.
That's way up there. Yeah. I mean, they aren't selling them yet, so not technically. But no, what I'd really love is a new Remarkable tablet, the Pro version. Because if you don't know, this Remarkable has these tablets that
It's like a digital notebook.
Yeah, and it feels like it's very tactile in the sense that it feels like you're writing on paper. That's their whole claim to fame. That's why I bought one, because I wanted to test it. All the reviews were positive, and turns out, yes, it feels like you're writing on paper. It's beautiful. It's got that kind of Kindle look to it, not a backlit screen, but it looks like paper.
Yep.
It's fascinating, has a lot of nice computer tools in it, but it's not a distraction device. You don't get email notifications. You can't search the web. It's exactly what I wanted when I got it, and I love it. They've released a Pro version, finally, that displays colors.
Ooh.
It does have a backlight, but it is like minimal.
Yeah.
And it still allegedly has a better tactile feel, feels even more realistic, as though you are writing with pen or pencil on paper.
Yeah.
And I want one so bad. And I've had the Remarkable 2 for like 4 or 5 years. 5 years, and it's been great, but man, I'm ready for an upgrade. But the upgrade costs like $600, so
wow,
probably not gonna be on my Christmas list this year. But I mean, who knows?
You can Venmo us.
You could.
I'm just kidding. Well,
you could.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but at the same time, like, don't do that.
We don't have an Amazon wish list for you. I mean, maybe Noah does. I don't.
No, I don't. The wish list I was talking about, I have pretty much for all of our family Christmases now. We do Elfster, where it's like you set up a gift exchange and then you get a random person, they don't know you have them, you put stuff on a wish list, and then they can buy it for you with like
that's smart.
A value limit.
That's really smart.
That way you're not buying for everybody in your family.
Yes.
So it saves money.
Yep.
And we set like a nice limit. It's like $75, or like I think that's for my wife's family, and then for my family I think it's between 50 and 75. I don't remember.
Sure.
But you can set whatever limit, and then you just put stuff in there in that limit. Or like for me, I just put a bunch of stuff in there because my wife will use that to shop for me as well and things like that. So, yeah. Is that your recommendation? Find something you want for Christmas?
Yeah. I recommend figuring out what you want for Christmas.
Because it's coming up.
It is coming up fast.
That's crazy. Cole, in March of 2025, it will be 5 years since COVID shut down the world.
Yes, it will.
5 years.
I can't believe that.
And my son turns 8 in February.
I'll be 30 in March.
I'll be 31 in April.
Dude, it'll be March in March.
That's the most shocking thing. What? What else is happening? 2025. That's crazy. That is wild to me.
5 years since COVID. I'd say we're due for some new crazy world.
I'd say we're due for another pandemic.
It's almost time for our bi-decadely.
Yeah. We had Ebola in 2013. That didn't take off.
There was Ebola.
We had swine flu.
It didn't take off. Is that what you said?
Well, because I remember it was like a huge deal that the Ebola patient got transferred to UNMC.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a huge deal. And then like nothing really came of it. H1N1 back in like the mid to late 2000s. Yeah. Late 2000s.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're due for another doomsday thing, 2012 had the end of the world.
Yeah, that didn't pan out.
No.
That was boring.
Same with Y2K in 2000.
Yeah. We got a new president. The world hasn't blown up yet, but
That's
there's
true.
time.
That's true.
Who knows?
When this episode comes out, who knows?
Who knows? We'll see.
So what else? Let us know. Again, let us know what you want to hear us talk about. And I want to know from you, find your favorite Jordan 1 high top colorway and let me know what that is. My personal favorite is the Bread colorway, BRED. It stands for black and red.
You did talk about this.
And it was like it's like the OG colorway.
Yeah.
They have a new one coming out 2025 on Valentine's Day that I really want to get, but I really won't get. So, but I want to. So
nice.
Cole, what do you want them to look for and report back to you with? Their favorite number.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me with your favorite number and a word that you really hate.
Ooh, a word that we hate.
A word you really hate.
We'll report back with our word that we hate next time on Phineas and Ferb. Bye-bye.